All right, so you landed that amazing job offer, high fives all around. You absolutely deserve to celebrate. But before you sign on that dotted line, let's talk about something super important: negotiating your job offer. Now, I know you might be thinking, negotiating, isn't that a bit aggressive? Especially for my first job, but trust me, negotiation is not about being pushy. It's about knowing your worth and making sure you're set up for success right from the start. And the good news is, a ton of managers actually expect you to negotiate. It shows them you're confident, and that you know what you bring to the table. Plus, think about it this way: a $5,000 difference in your starting salary could mean over $60,000 less earned over a 10-year period, even with standard raises. That's a serious chunk of change. So where do we start? Well, first, let's talk about why that initial salary negotiation has such a ripple effect on your long-term earning potential. You see, every time you get a raise, it's usually a percentage of your current salary. So if you start off a little higher, those raises will be bigger each year, adding up significantly over time. And here's another thing.
Future employers often use your previous salary as a benchmark when they make you an offer. So negotiating that first offer isn't just about your current paycheck. It's about setting yourself up for bigger and better opportunities down the road. Now, before you walk into that negotiation, you absolutely need to do your research. We're not just talking about having a general idea of what people in your field make. We're talking about knowing your worth down to the dollar. Luckily, there are awesome online tools like Glassdoor and Indeed that can give you a really precise picture of salary ranges. Here's a pro tip. When you're using a site like Glassdoor, make sure you filter your search by location, years of experience, and even company size. This will give you the most accurate salary range. For your target role in your specific area, remember the cost of living in, say, San Francisco is way different than in a smaller town, so factor that in. And don't forget to leverage your experience if you've got internships, leadership roles, or specific skills that go above and beyond the basic job description. Use that as leverage to justify a higher salary. You've got the skills. Now it's time to show them off. Okay, you've done your research. You've got a good grasp of your market value. Now it's time to craft your strategy. And trust me, winging it is not an option here. Take some time to really think through your approach. Write down your ideal salary range. Jot down specific examples of how your skills and experience will benefit the company, and practice how you're going to articulate all of this in a clear and concise way. Remember, you're not just asking for more money. You're highlighting how your unique talents will help them achieve their goals. It's a win-win. One expert, Sharon Build Casting Way, recommends having 3 salary figures in mind: your baseline, the absolute minimum you need to cover your expenses, a fair market rate based on your research, and your dream salary, just in case they're feeling extra generous. This gives you a clear range to work with during the negotiation. And trust me, having those numbers in your back pocket will boost your confidence big time. It's like having a cheat sheet for success. And here's a little bonus tip. When you're figuring out your baseline salary, don't forget to factor in any potential job-related expenses, things like relocation costs, commuting.
Or even professional attire can really add up. So how do you strike that balance? Well, start by being clear and concise. When they give you the initial offer, express your thanks and enthusiasm for the role. Then you can say something like,
See how we're not demanding. We're simply stating our expectations and opening up a dialogue. Now, they might come back with a counteroffer, or they might ask you to explain your reasoning. That's where your preparation comes in handy. Have those specific examples of your accomplishments and how they align with the company's goals ready to go. For example, you could say, in my previous role, I led a project that increased sales by 15%. I'm confident I can bring that same drive and results-oriented approach to this position. So you're not just talking about wanting more money. You're showcasing your value and why you deserve it. Now let's talk about some of those curveball questions that might come up. They might ask, are we your top choice? Or do you have other offers? Honesty is the best policy here. You can say something like, I'm very interested in this opportunity, and I'm excited about the company's mission. I am exploring other options, but this role is definitely a top contender. This shows you're in demand, but also genuinely interested in them. It's a delicate balance, but with a little practice, you'll nail it.
And remember, you can also ask them questions to clarify things or get a better understanding of their perspective. For instance, you could ask, is there any flexibility in the salary range? Or, what professional development opportunities are available for this role? Asking thoughtful questions shows you're engaged and proactive. And it can also give you valuable insights into the company's culture and priorities. But hold on, we're not done yet. Salary is just one piece of the negotiation puzzle. There are other perks and benefits that can really sweeten the deal and make a big difference in your work-life balance. And career growth, perks and benefits. Now you might think benefits, those are pretty standard, right? And while some things like health insurance and retirement plans are usually non-negotiable. There are a ton of other perks that you can absolutely negotiate to make your job offer even sweeter. Think about it this way. Benefits are part of your overall compensation package. So even if you can't budge on salary, negotiating a few extra vacation days, a flexible work schedule, or a professional development budget can make a huge difference in your work-life balance and career growth. So what kind of perks are we talking about? Well, first up, vacation time. Many companies have a standard vacation policy, but they might be willing to give you a few extra days, especially if you're coming in with a lot of experience, or if you're relocating for the job. And then there's the holy grail of work-life balance. Flexible work arrangements. If you're someone who thrives working from home a couple of days a week, or if you need a little flexibility with your start and end times, don't be afraid to ask. Many companies are becoming more open to these kinds of arrangements, especially in today's world. And speaking of professional growth, don't underestimate the power of negotiating a professional development budget. This could cover things like conferences, online courses, or even mentorship programs. It's a fantastic way to invest in your skills and show your commitment to learning and growing within the company. Another perk to consider is a signing bonus. This is a one-time payment that you get up front. When you accept the job offer, it could be a great way to cover relocation expenses, or just give yourself a little financial cushion as you start your new role. Now, when you're negotiating perks and benefits, remember to be realistic and prioritize what's most important to you. You might not get everything you ask for, but by being clear about your needs and expectations, you can significantly improve your overall compensation package. And just like with salary negotiations, remember to express your gratitude and enthusiasm throughout the process. Thank the employer for their time and consideration, and reiterate how excited you are about the opportunity. Landing a job offer is a huge accomplishment, and negotiating the best possible terms is just the icing on the cake. Remember, you've got the skills, you've done your research, and you deserve to feel confident and empowered going into that negotiation. So go out there, rock it, and land that dream job on your terms.